Good afternoon, everybody. Backup Mike here from Frantic TV. As you guys can tell, I am not in North Carolina anymore. We're out here in beautiful Central Park, New York City again, and it's a couple of days after our fantastic road trip. We got a really important video for you guys today because, man, I really had to go through something crazy, and I really think you guys can enjoy this story, and hopefully somebody can learn something from this. But in the end, the point of this video is not to bash anybody. It's not to put down any particular company, but it does have to do with a company that I was very hopeful for. And of course, that is the ERoy bike. If you're familiar with the ERoy Arc Hero, there are a couple of them out here in New York City, and they are gorgeous, gorgeous bikes. Nobody can deny that those bikes are so well made. But I decided to join the bandwagon. Not really the bandwagon, there's very few of them. And starting all the way back in January, I decided to reach out to the owner, Sean, and we set up a plan to put together a bike that would suit my needs, look really awesome, and hopefully just be exclusive. It's gonna be unlike anything anybody ever had. And man, that process took a long time. It wasn't the most clear-cut process either. Unfortunately, you know, when we first started planning out making the bike, I had no idea how much it was gonna really cost, but I was down for the ride, you know? Thankfully, I'm in a position where I can afford to do that. And it felt really good to be able to say, I want a bike, not because of its performance, but because it looks great and because nobody else has it. It felt like buying a sports car, and I was really seeing it in that way. We went out to North Carolina, and the plan was for Sean to bring the bike there and do a big reveal. He had plenty of time, months. As you might know, it was the end of March when we went out there. Or excuse me, the end of April, around Richie's birthday. Happy birthday, Richie. So we get out there and everything is fantastic. The trip was fun, you know, beautiful road trip. We got to see the sights. I've never been down to North Carolina, so it was a good time. Loved seeing Tapia, and then boom, there shows up my beautiful bike. The ERoy is there in person, and I am smiling ear to ear. But then I go to ride it, and it's not rideable. Somebody comes up to me, it was Rusty Roads, Mike. He comes over and he goes, "Hey Mike, the swing arm is broken." I go, "What are you talking about?" He shows me, and the whole entire rear swing arm is just moving back and forth where it's connected or supposed to be connected. Turns out that a bearing somehow got broken. Okay, well, how are we gonna fix this? Sean ended up pulling a bearing off of his own personal bike to put it onto mine. And then we got it running. And he said that I could ride the bike. And sure enough, I did. I rode the bike all up and down the block and had a ton of fun because it felt so good. Then he leaves, and then we have a group ride. So we go out on the road, and immediately we have to pull over because V gets a flat tire, and then my crank arm falls off.
Oh shit.
Is green Android or blue iPhone? The whole entire chain ring, the crank arm just comes straight off. The chain is dangling, and we're sitting on the side of the road, and I'm on a brand new, extremely expensive bike, and it's broken. Taiho comes over and helps me break the chain because there's no master link on it. We break the chain and we realize that there's no lube on the chain either. There's no grease on it at all. Eventually, other people start recommending. Chris from Cali, he recommends that we check the axle bolts.
You guys check the front and rear tire bolts to make sure that we're not going to fall out?
Oh yeah.
Just don't hit any crazy bumps.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. I swear to God.
Seriously?
Yeah. Wow. You have a...
Oh my God, bro. What?
This
No,
is
go,
loose as
go
fuck.
on without me. Go on without me. No, I'm not riding this fucking bike anymore.
Yeah, look.
What the fuck?
This. I was thinking maybe.
shit.
Look how
Yeah.
loose it is.
That thing is.
He wants to kill you?
Don't play with that.
I think if you tighten this and then we just check that, you'll be fine.
Fuck, bro. What the fuck? What
Sorry.
the fuck? What the
You feel like you
fuck?
taking your shit out of the tin.
Sure enough, the bolts on the axle were completely loose. There were a lot of cosmetic things. The rear shock was a little loose. And like I said, the tires had 5 PSI, and you can tell that there was no preparation in setting up the bike for that day. And it was obvious. To make a very long story short, I called Sean and we spoke about the issues, and he was very embarrassed about it. After a while, we had to make a plan on how we were gonna make the bike right. And I gave him 2 days to come back to me and give me a plan. And when he comes back to me, I'd speak to him on Monday of this week, and the very first thing he tells me, "Hey Mike, I gotta let you know that ERoy is going out of business." That's right, there will be no more ERoys. My bike was the last bike that they worked on. And yeah, if you know ERoy, it's all proprietary parts. You know, all the parts that you see are not things that you can just buy online. You know, maybe the motor and the controller, yes. You can upgrade the throttles and stuff like that, but those are the simple parts. When it comes to the swing arm, proprietary. When it comes to any kind of frame parts, all handmade. And yeah, that's not something that I can sign up for. I know that I can work on bikes. I know that I'm good at working on bikes. That's the whole point of what I do. But I need to have that brand behind it. Looking at Spark Cycles, the reason that I love Spark so much is because they actually take care of me. They actually know who I am, and they reach out to me when problems happen to make it right. ERoy is not there for that. When I first got the ERoy, my plan was to, you know, represent the company. I wanted to have that beautiful, luxurious bike that makes people stop and say, what the hell is that? And that's exactly what the Arc Hero is great at. But without a company behind it, there's no community. Without the community, what's the point? Sure enough, today I got my full refund. Just so you guys know, $6,159. That's not cheap. That's really expensive. There's a lot that I could do with that. So I got my money back now, and we'll see what happens from here. But the one thing that I know for sure is that you're gonna see me on a new Javelin soon. I broke my Javelin. That's what I'm here for. I'm the test pilot. There will be more prototypes, there will be more bikes, and there will be plenty more group rides and road trips. Unfortunately though, the ERoy itself destroyed. The trip, it was definitely ruined. I really do feel like it was ruined. I spent a lot of money on that trip just so I can go down there and pick up my bike. Of course I wanted to see Tapia. Of course I love hanging out with all of my friends. But yeah, I gotta get back to work. I'll see you guys in the next video. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Backup Mike here with Frantic TV. We have some amazing news.